This podcast contains discussions about sensitive topics, including abuse, addiction, and other potentially triggering subjects. Our goal is to share stories, lessons, and personal experiences with honesty and care, but we understand that some content may be difficult to hear. Please take care of yourself while listening. Pause if you need to, reach out for support, and remember that your well-being comes first. Now on to the episode.
And I'm not saying this to sound mean, but like, who cares?
I quit my job for this.
Let Me Nostalgia Podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Let Me Nostalgia. This is Brady.
And I'm Faith, and we are your hosts for the next hour or whatever.
However long.
We're hosts. Is that weird? We're hosts.
I mean, honestly, that makes sense with what we're going to be talking about today for me, from like my standpoint.
You dove in there. Okay. First, how are
well,
you? How's your week going?
I'm doing good. No, you brought that up. I was like, no, that actually kind of like that. You did a subtle like foreshadowing right there. But no,
Okay.
I'm good.
On accident, too.
Yeah. No, life is good. I have really enjoyed the job switch and just kind of that lifestyle change. I feel like that's brought me a whole lot of clarity. And that was one of the things that I was looking for. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Yeah, life is good. Life has been good. Also, side note, okay, now that it's out at this point, like, can we talk about how fucked up my hair was in episode 1? If you actually watched it, like, and the fact is they didn't say a thing. They didn't say a single thing.
Hey, I didn't notice it literally until we were watching the footage back. Because I was about to say if I would have noticed it, I would have said something. But actually, if I would have noticed it, I wouldn't have said anything because it's really funny. It's just this little piece of hair. The piece of hair hanging out of your hat. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. And honestly, like, that was one of the things that was actually one of the reasons why. Oh, yeah, I got my hair cut, y'all.
You did get your hair cut.
That was another big change. First time I've gotten it cut in 4 years. And for me, once it grows past a certain point, it's just like hanging on by a thread. Like because I had only gotten it trimmed probably like, I can count on one hand how many times I got it actually like somewhat trimmed down. Just a little bit, just like maybe an inch or two. But no, yeah, I grew the mane out for 4 years, and I commend y'all because long hair is a lot to take care of. It is a lot to take care of.
It's exhausting.
That shit can get dry.
Yeah. You got probably 5 inches cut off, I would say, right? Like you did kind of a bigger chop this time.
Yeah, so this was kind of like the main one. I think I'm kind of going to stay at this length, like going forward, and it feels better. Like, and that was one thing I said is I was like, I'm definitely not cutting it back short again because I love the length of it, but I'm not doing another summer in Texas with it that long again because that was a lot. That was brutal.
And you don't wear like ponytail. You don't put it up very often. You usually wear it down.
Right. Yeah. I try to usually wear it down as much as possible just because it's better for it. Like, especially like my hair specifically. So yeah, I would only put it up if I like had to. So with this just gives me a lot more. I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like the fun, fresh freedom, like of a new haircut. You're just like, I'm here and I'm ready to play. And so Brady's ready to play, everybody.
I feel reborn. Oh God, stop. No. It was funny because the person who cut it, she did an amazing job. She did a phenomenal job. But she posted it. One of my friends commented and said, FYI, this man is single.
Ooh.
I'm like, God, you're so bold. You're so bold for that.
Plug.
No, yeah,
you're bold.
Life's been good.
You're bold for mentioning it right now. Like you're out here being like,
honestly,
suddenly,
no,
I'm single.
I Life's good. Life's good. I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying the people that I'm sharing my life with. I'm very grateful for where I am. And yeah, it's one of the, we have a lot of different aspects and different points on our lives where we have our highs and our lows. I've been riding a low for a little bit, so it feels good to be on a high again, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And you just attended a wedding a couple days ago.
I did.
And
I did.
I feel like weddings, whenever you attend a wedding, it's always, most of the time, it's always like really fun and just like a really like centering moment where you're like, life's good. Cause you see everyone's like happy and there's love and good food and dancing. So it makes things good for a little bit.
It's a good togetherness, and it was beautiful. Many emotions, many tears, but no, it was great. So it's been a good week. I got to meet a lot of good people, and I'm just really happy. I'm really happy with where life is right now. How are you? How are you doing?
I love that for you. No, no, I'm doing good. Oh my God. No, I'm doing good. I'm also tired, but I'm doing good.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah. We haven't nothing to, you've had a really busy, just fun week where not normal things have happened, like weddings and stuff like that. You had you had someone staying at your house for a little bit, like friends staying at your house. So you've had an eventful week. My week has been more of this same stuff, but I'm trying to get in more concrete routines, I would say. And so that is being established. And so that's been fun.
That's good. That's great.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's healthy.
I hung out with some friends last night, our cousins. I went to our cousin's house last night and hung out. And we watched Jeopardy and played a board game, and it was a lot of fun. So it was like a breath of fresh air to have some time to hang out with them. I wasn't on mom mode, so that was fun.
Yeah. A good night to just unwind.
It's always fun, but we live an hour away from them. And so every time I'm like, oh, it's so fun on the way there and it's going to be great. And then we hang out and it's so much fun. And then the drive back, I'm like, my back hurts. I hate it. I just want to snap my fingers and be home. That would be my superpower. If I could snap my fingers and show and turn up at any other place that I would want. But it would be things like, oh, I'm in traffic and it's taking too long. So I would snap my fingers and be at my destination. Not I would snap my fingers and be on vacation. It would be no, I want to speed up this process and just not be in the car, not be at the DMV,
That's actually fair. Yeah. I used to be that way with road trips or anything like that. I would just want to snap my fingers and be there. And now, since I've done them more regularly, I enjoy them so much. Even anywhere from 4, 6, 12-hour road trips. I love that shit. I sound like such a twat right now, but
well, you love them because you're hopped up on energy drinks and you're just woo.
That is true.
Drive.
Yeah.
You're cars go fast.
God, I love a good Buc-ees stop. A good
I've
Buc-ees
never
stock
been
up.
to Buc-ees.
And that's crazy because they're in Tennessee now. They're kind of far.
No, we live maybe 30 minutes away, I think, from the largest Buc-ees in the U.S. It's the biggest.
The one in it's the one near Gatlinburg, right?
Yeah, and it's apparently the biggest one, and we've never been there, but people rave about it, so maybe one day.
It's overwhelming, especially at first, but gosh, they know what they're doing. I'll just say that they know what they're doing. They cater to their audience and they cater well.
Don't they have this might be a incorrect fact, but don't they have a long car wash? It's they have the longest car washes ever. It's the length of the car wash is the longest drive-through car wash.
They actually might. I don't know if I've ever gone through the car wash.
If anyone has gone through the car
Buc-ees.
wash at Buc-ee's, let me know if it seems
Let us
longer than
know.
usual. Is it longer than usual? Do you notice a difference in the length of the car wash? Just curious.
What if they made like the length of a song, and you get to choose? That would be that's an idea.
Okay.
That would be cool.
Coming soon, Brady's car wash. but you'd have to pick a longer song. Like you have like Freebird going in the background for like however many minutes Freebird is to make it really count.
There's like 3 cars behind them. They're like, I'm just trying to fucking get to work.
They're like, I hate this song. I just want to clean my car. And Brady's car wash, it's ruined my day.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I do know that they have like the most. I think they have like the most gas pumps. That has to be because they have at least like 100 easily. No, I'm. This is a gas station the size of a Walmart, Faith.
See, my brain can't. I've never seen it, so my brain can't comprehend. Yeah, you're like, I get it. I know. You won't know. You won't understand until you're there. Like, it's like you go into a different dimension when you go into Buc-ee's.
Honestly, I think, like, you know how on Stranger Things they talk about,
I was going to say, you
like,
go in the
parallel
upside down.
and, yeah, no. Buc-ee's is tied to the upside down. It has to be.
But it's like the happy upside down, like not with like demogorgons, but with like fresh pulled pork or something. Like, and endless gas stations instead of like goo and demogorgons.
Buc-ee himself just greets you with a burrito. And some beef jerky.
Yeah, that's how you enter into the tree hole. And then like turn to the upside down of Buc-ee's. He's just there. And he's got his like gallon of Buc-ee's milk ready to sell for you for like $8.
That sounds great in theory, but that would probably like a Five Nights at Freddy's situation.
Oh yeah, you would have to sign a liability waiver. Like they couldn't just let you step in there willy-nilly. Like, you would need to sign something.
Oh, I'm done. Oh,
okay,
God.
anyway, yeah, anyone, if you've been to Buc-ee's car wash, I'm really intrigued with Buc-ee's car wash and if it's longer than usual and if it feels longer than usual. So let me know. But to circle back, I guess you said that I had mentioned we're hosts now, and that's something that circles back to what you want to talk about, which I don't know what it is. So fill us in.
So you actually brought this up about taking the Enneagram.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I wanted to discuss. Were you able to do it?
I did take the
Okay.
Enneagram. It's like, it starts with an E. Enneagram. I think that's the correct pronunciation.
Exactly.
Enneagram test. Yeah. So I've had like, our cousins have been fucking busting my chops about taking this personality test for months.
Busting my chops.
Yeah, busting those chops, being like, you gotta take it. But they guess, they're like, we know what you are. You're this number. You're that number. And like, they feel so confident. And so I don't even remember what number they said that I would be, but I have my number now.
Okay.
And I read up on it and stuff. But yeah, it was like a super easy test. I don't know why I thought it was going to be a lot hard. I feel so much pressure.
Right,
I feel so much pressure taking personality tests because I'm like, how do I answer this? I'm like looking behind me to be like, someone's watching me. And
God, I feel pressure
so
just taking
stressed.
tests.
I feel more pressure taking personality tests than I do with taking like academic tests.
Really? See, I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite.
I would take a college course anatomy test and be like, this is great. I'll do it. But you give me like the Hogwarts test to figure out which house I'm in. And I am like anxious pooping 30 minutes beforehand because I feel like it's going to tell me something about myself that I don't want to know. And I'm like, it always gives you your weaknesses and your bad traits. And I'm like, they know. I can't hide it from anyone.
Don't go to those first.
Yeah, I always do.
Oh goodness, that's amazing. So if I was to guess,
Ooh.
There's a
fun.
couple of, I feel like there's a couple of different options that you could be like. I honestly think you're a 1.
Okay.
I think you could
Which
be.
one is 1?
1 is the reformer. 1's kind of the perfectionist.
Oh, no, I'm not 1.
I could also see you being a 9, whereas 9 is like the peacekeeper and someone who's like extremely welcoming and like accommodating.
Thumbs down on that one again. You are 2 for 2, man. You get 3 strikes
God.
and you are out. You have 1 chance left. We're siblings. You should fucking know me. Now I'm mad at you.
Are you a 2?
No.
No?
No.
Damn, I don't know.
I'm a 4. So I'm a 4, which is the
Interesting.
a 4, which is the. Let me pull that up because
That's the I think. Hold on.
the
it's the-
individualist.
Yeah.
I am a type 4, so that's what I am.
Did you have a wing by chance?
I did not go in the depths of
Okay.
that.
All right. You're a 4. You're a 4.
A
You're
4 was enough for me to be like, okay, good enough. I don't need to cross contaminate more negative traits about myself. Okay. I just need one set of bad traits for me to feel that.
One thing at a time. One thing at a time.
I don't need other numbers in there. But yeah, the individualist, and it says kind of the main words to describe this one that I found was like intuitive, sensitive, and passionate. And some of it's really interesting because a core fear is being inadequate, ordinary, abandoned, and flawed, which, yeah, pretty.
You're
yeah.
like, ouch.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay, you know me. And then like a desire is to find your authentic self and have a unique significance. Self-image is on the search for identity and meaning, loving expressing themselves authentically, emotionally. It's also self-aware and dramatic. Yeah. Dramatic. I don't know where that's coming from. And then a core weakness is self-absorption can take over, and it can make them become sensitive, depressed, or dramatically moody. And so, yeah. And then it also says how to treat a type 4. Don't tell me I'm too sensitive and give me plenty of compliments. And I'm like, I love reassurance all the time.
Words of affirmation for days.
All the time. So yeah, I'm a 4. And I think, so I already know yours, so we can't even play the guessing game with it.
Yeah.
Because
So
already
I'm
know
a 2.
you are a 2, which is the helper, which is very on
Yep.
brand for you.
Yep.
So
Which is funny because you brought up the host. So I do have a wing. So I'm a 2-wing 3, which is is the technical term of that is the host or the hostess. And it's essentially a kind of like a hybrid of a 2 and a 3. So I'm predominantly 2, but I have a lot of characteristics of 3 as well, which is why it's like 2. Think of like 2-wing 3, kind of like 2 leaning 3.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So the host, people with this type are caring, empathetic, and driven to make a positive impact on the world. They're also ambitious, sociable, and image conscious. That was my ouch.
That's very true.
I feel like John Mulaney. No, that's the thing I'm sensitive about.
No, but also that's like, you could have so many bad traits, and
That's fair.
Not
That's fair.
terrible.
Meanwhile, I'm freaking out about my receding hairline.
I know. Thanks, Dad, for that
Thanks,
one.
Dad.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I found for yours, the 2, a core weakness. If we want to talk about bad things about ourselves, let me roll,
you know what?
roll
I was
up your
about to say,
sleeves. Let's get
while
those
we're on the
Band-Aids out.
subject, might as well.
Yeah. It says, I can take my helping quality too far by helping too much. I can either be passive aggressive or directly give unsolicited advice, which is true. A core fear is being unloved or unwanted for being their authentic selves. And I think that is very fitting for you. I thought when I read that, I was like, I think that's Brady. Because I'm not trying to put you on blast, but this is something I think you acknowledge and you're aware of, but
I'm very open about,
there have been negative people in your life, whether it's a relationship, it's friends, it's family members, like our parents were guilty of this when it comes to family members, but just telling you to pretty much dial down. I feel like you've been told to dial it down for a long time.
Reel it in.
Yeah.
Reel it in because you're too much.
Yeah. I feel like that's been a common thing for you. And so I'm sure that having that embedded in you for decades, pretty much, has made you be like, oh, like as soon as you start feeling like that urge to get louder or talk more or say this certain thing or like just be yourself and just be positive, like there's probably this little voice in your head that's like, some people don't like this. You need to, like you said, reel it in. You need to slow it down. And so that really stood out to me for something that you have struggled with in the past and something you've worked through it a lot. Honestly, in the past like 5 years, I would say you've made dramatic changes in such a positive direction. But I know that that's still there, though. That little voice is still there telling you, tone it down. Like, people don't like that.
No, thank you for that. It's, I feel like the best way to describe it is once you start to feel that comfort and just kind of like letting your like shoulders down and being able to relax to like, and this is all from my perspective, is just in that sense of like being yourself and allowing yourself to be yourself. There is always that thought in the back of your head of, are you being perceived as too much right now? Do you need to reel it in? Do we need to quiet down for a little bit? And at that point, once that like enters your head, you're pretty much walking on eggshells like the rest of the time. Because
you're overcompensating. It's like you're overcompensating in the opposite direction to now you're like, people are like, oh, why is he being so quiet? What's wrong? Even if nothing happened, it's just you're in your own head thinking that something's wrong when it's not.
Exactly. And so that's been very interesting and very challenging to navigate. But I know the good thing is through communication and through just overall understanding, like that's the good thing. The people that I have in my life, like they know me through and through. Like they know you get three whiskey shots in Brady, you can hear him across the bar, and good luck getting him in the Uber. Like, we know this.
And all three of those shots were bought for you because you make friends immediately when you come into the bar. And so you don't have to pay for any of those shots, you bitch.
That's not always the case. No, that's not always the case. I swear.
The very first time we went to a bar together. We went to a bar, and the second we walk in, like, I think you're like, I'm gonna go get us drinks, and you go to the bar, and I like went to the bathroom, and I come back, and like you're already chatting with these people. They bought us shots and stuff, and
I'm like, this guy got us drinks.
You're like, this is my friend Patrick, and and he's cool and bought us this.
That's the first time I had a screwball. He bought me a peanut butter shot. It wasn't bad. It was a lot to take in. That was
they're okay,
but it was good. Once you give yourself the space and the reassurance and the confidence and the patience and grace to be yourself fully without any sort of negative thought, anxious, worry, anything like that, I feel like you allow the people who are meant to be in your life to show up and to be there. Because they accept you just as much as you accept them, even though you're not used to that, but you get to a point where it's like, no, this is what life's supposed to be like. Eddie, I'll shout out Eddie right now. Eddie says it best. We are, like, humans are social creatures. We need other humans to survive. And the ability of, I feel like the ability and the freedom to fully be yourself and just accept fully who you are and be like, I'm going to be the best version of this that I possibly can be. Your people will find you and you will find your people. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. So what else are you
through a lot?
What else are you struggling with, Brady? What else?
Honestly,
you're being vulnerable, so we're gonna take advantage of it. Tell me more.
No, honestly, I'll just say I really am proud that I have been very, very compassionate with myself. Because that's honestly, as like another negative aspect of that is whenever you do make a mistake or anything, you beat yourself up because of it. And it's almost like just a snowball effect where if you're not thinking about it, you're going to be thinking about it again, like in the next however long, like it'll always pop up in that sense. So I think just having that reassurance and having that compassion of you're a human being, you are going to make mistakes and you are going to learn from them. And those are not going to be the last mistakes that you make or the last lessons that you learn. And just I feel like once you understand that and once you accept that and you're constantly striving to grow and do better, you're right where you need to be.
Brady the helper, everyone. The host over here. You're so cute.
I do like to say the host is kind of like the Italian mom of the Enneagram. Like think of like a good think of Vinny's mom from Jersey Shore.
Vinny's mom on Jersey Shore.
Vinny's mom on Jersey Shore. Everyone's on their second plate before she even sits down.
I know, she's making,
and everyone's like, Ma, sit, Ma, what do you need?
Like, she's like, I gotta make cannolis. Like, she's busy doing that for dessert. And they're just trying not to barf up all this Alfredo that's sitting in their stomach. It looks so good, though. Sunday dinner. Sunday dinner.
Yeah. Oh, good times. But yeah, no, so that's the Enneagram. Honestly, that makes sense. That you are very, very much individualistic. And honestly,
and dramatic as fuck.
And dramatic as fuck, yeah. Honestly, I feel like that's both of us. You may have a smidgen more, but yeah.
I'm more hateful dramatic. You're more like animated dramatic, where I'm more hateful. True. Because mine it's like dramatic and it ties in with like moodiness and self-pity, which is very easy for me to fall into the victim mentality. It is very easy for me to be like, oh, I have it worse than other people, or oh, this is so hard, or whatever. Like I can fall into that pattern of thinking. I can fall into that pattern of thinking so easily, and it's really hard for me to dig my way out of that. And I've been struggling with that for probably my entire life, but haven't acknowledged it until the last few years, I would say, where it's like, oh, like I'm in more control of my thoughts and my emotions than I think I am. And that's something I've had trouble with, because I have felt like, oh, this person made me mad, or this person, and it's like, no, you made yourself mad. This person did something and you have the choice to react to it in the way that's the best for you. And so my reaction would always be like, this person made me mad and I'm going to stew on it, because I'm a stewer and I sit on shit and I let it fester and it gets, and it's just, it's not good. It's not healthy. And the thing is like, I'm thinking about this way more than the other person is thinking about it. You know, I'm sitting there stewing over this shit and it's like yesterday's news, and why am I doing that? There's no point in doing that. So it's taken years of trying to reel that in. I'm trying to reel it in. Like, people are telling you to reel it in. It's a bad thing, but I need to reel it in on some things. But I'm definitely...
You just gotta stay in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and I'm not good at that. Because there's like...
It's hard.
Yeah, it's not easy. And there's this thing, it's like... It's a book, and it's called the Let Them Theory. And I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's kind of gained traction and popularity on social medias and stuff, and I've seen it, and I've been listening to the author's podcast for a while too, and she has some really like interesting things to say and stuff that really hits home. And so it's just like the Let Them Theory is just like letting people do things, be like, oh, this person didn't text me back, and instead of taking it personal, being like, what did I do to cause this, it's like, just let them, like, they're busy. Let them do it. My boss said this to me and it hurt my feelings or made me feel inadequate. Let them say it, you know? And so it's like, let them, and then also let yourself figure out how you're going to deal with it. So I think dropping that, it's almost like a process of dropping the knee-jerk reaction of your thoughts, because the knee-jerk reaction is pretty... It's like almost uncontrollable at a point, but it's the afterthought of being like, nope, that's not true. So it just gives you a minute to be like, let them do this, and then let me figure out how I feel about it. So it takes a second instead of just being like, oh, I'm mad, or oh, I'm inadequate. Oh, that hurt my feelings, and I'm going to sit on it and think it's something wrong that I did or something wrong with me. So that's what I'm trying to learn.
God, we really do love to fucking jump to conclusions, though. God damn.
It is so bad.
We're the worst.
But the thing is it was programmed in us. So of course, like,
it's a defense mechanism.
And I feel like that's a pretty common thing for a lot of people struggle with. It's not like, yeah, we're pretty bad, but I feel like a lot of people are bad, and that's stuff that like they don't talk about. It's not easy just to talk about that stuff and be like, no, I'm bad at jumping to conclusions. I'm bad at thinking that I'm terrible all the time, which is something I've been in the space of doing that, you know, of so everyone is reacting to me because I deserve this reaction or whatever. And that's not the case. Some people are just busy.
No, it's not.
I know some people are busy. Like, life is happening. Everyone's their own, as like the cliche, everyone's the own main character of their life. So
literally.
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So anyway, I'm a 4. That's my number. And I'm also a Gemini, so.
Yeah, you're a 4, you're a Gemini, and you're the baby.
And I'm the youngest sibling and also the only girl.
Yep.
So I am fucked, and everyone around me is fucked. Actually, no, I'm a fucking peach. I'm great.
No. If it's your problem, you're making it everybody's fucking problem.
I know. I'm really bad about that. I'm like, no one knows how I'm feeling, but my face is like the whole time. I'm just so mad. I'm like, I don't wear my emotions on my sleeve, but I'm just crying in the corner. I'm like, and no one knows what's going on.
No, yeah. Honestly, and I was actually kind of on you being a 4 and you being the baby of the sibling group is actually extremely interesting. Because
analyze me, Brady. Call me out.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not dramatic at all.
I swear I'm not dramatic. It's interesting because usually with the baby, the parents are a lot less cautious for the most part. But in our instance, it wasn't. I feel like they were the less cautious of maybe me.
Yeah, you're the middle child.
Yeah. And yeah, I feel like because they were just extremely strict with you. Yeah. I remember. And I remember, like, honestly, when, like, the shit went down when it went down, they were strict with me too.
Oh, like when you would like get in trouble or something, they would be strict with you? Is that what you mean?
No.
What shit went down?
Whenever Ryan left, essentially.
Oh, that we have it.
Yeah.
We have it. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess we can like just give like very generic thing, but we have an oldest brother, and he moved. Our family dynamic was very unhealthy.
Our family makes things very overdramatic.
It is moody.
We have learned that.
Ridiculous. Yeah. But no, our family dynamic was very unhealthy. Our parents struggled with lots of issues, and we were collateral damage for a lot of those issues. And so there was lots of emotional abuse. There was lots of psychological abuse. There was verbal. There was physical at some point. And we're going to have
fights.
Yeah, it was a lot of manipulation. It was a lot of gaslighting, isolation, trying to turn us against each other. I feel like as siblings, it was a lot of singling us out and trying to pit us against each other. We've talked a little bit about it in the first episode, but this is for all those listening, this is a much more detailed description. I feel like this isn't like that detailed either, but yeah, there was also like some substance abuse that was going on, and so yeah, there was just lots of issues, and we were collateral damage, and so we were brought into this situation where we're kids. We don't know what the fuck we're doing, and we normalized this dynamic. We thought this was normal, and this was how all families were, but that's not true. And so when our oldest brother got to college age, like it was time for him to move out. And the thing was like, I feel like we were all pretty good kids. We didn't do anything too dramatic. Like you do the normal teenage stuff.
We tried at least.
Yeah, you do the normal teenage stuff where like you sneak out or whatever, or you're like on the phone too late, or you say you're going to someone else's house, but you're going to a friend's party, like those things, which I feel like is just normal.
Ecstasy. No, I'm kidding.
You're like orgies in the cafeteria at the high school.
No.
I don't know what you were doing.
I didn't do ecstasy until I was 20, I swear. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know what you were doing. But I thought you were sneaking out of the house to smoke a cigarette.
Literally, the worst thing that I was doing, like as a teenager, was smoking cigarettes, and that was just like whenever I was like right whenever I turned 18, and I just wanted to be rebellious, and like there was a brief time where Ryan smoked a little bit, and I was like, yeah, Ryan looked cool whenever he smoked. I'm gonna smoke. So yeah,
you're like, I'm gonna sneak out at nighttime.
And now we have a nicotine addiction.
Yay. Don't glamorize it, Brady. It's bad.
But no, you were right. I'll say we were damn good kids.
Yeah, like
we really tried to be really, really good.
We got good grades. Like we did like extracurricular activities, played sports.
Yeah.
We had pretty like good like a good peer group around us.
We were in beta club.
Yeah, we were in beta club. We were in honor roll. We
had academics.
Yeah, we were in the honor roll, like whatever. So I would say we were pretty, like, we tried to be good kids. We did the normal teenage rebellious stuff, but nothing out of the ordinary. But things were very...
I can say I tried to treat people with kindness and respect.
I think you did, and you've carried
people called me gay for it.
Well, you are gay, honey.
That's a whole other conversation. I am, but... I didn't know it then.
I know, but now we do.
That's
so
actually,
full circle.
honestly, that's actually a good thought. Is like, I wonder like how many people knew as well. Yeah.
We could take a poll. We could.
No.
What if we sent out physical letters in the mail to like all the people and be like an RSVP?
Ballots.
Yeah. It's like a yes or
to vote on.
It's a yes or no, and you check it and send it back, and then we count the votes.
Absolutely fucking not.
Maybe for our 100th episode, we'll get that in the works if people like that idea.
But that was just an interesting thought. But no, yeah, I feel like we tried to be kind to like everyone around us, and honestly, we couldn't talk about anything that we were going through at home because it was always drilled into us. You smile and you be nice to people, and that is what you do. That is the expectation. So that's why I'm always like, yeah.
But anyway, our oldest brother moved out when he was when he had just started college.
I forgot we were talking about this.
Circle back, and it was not on the best terms. It was lots of unfair treatment towards him because he was simply growing up, which is what you do when you move out. And he went to college not close, so he had to live in like a dorm or an apartment like somewhere else because it was a few hours away and stuff. So it was like money, like his own money was withheld from him. It was lots of blaming, like you can't leave with your car, you can't leave with your laptop, stuff he had paid for, you can't leave with any of your clothes. Like it was very dramatic, this very bizarre situation of something that should be a normal occurrence that you, like me as a mother, like I am so excited for my children to get the fuck out of the house. No, I'm just kidding. No, I love my kids so much, but I'm very excited for them to start their own lives too, and like grow their own relationships and have their own circles. And that's just like progression. That's just, it's steps in the right direction. And that's what he was doing, like normal steps. And so I can't imagine as a parent I guess some parents are so scared of losing their kids and they feel like it's such a loss, even though that's what you should want. And that's what you raise them for, to go out into the world and become decent humans. And, that's what you do. And it was just this fear, and also mixed with personality disorders that were undiagnosed from our mother. So lots of that. But when he moved out, it was on pretty bad terms, and we did not have a relationship with him because he had to kind of cut all contact, and we were guilt by association at that point. We were apart. We still lived at the house because we were younger. I was 11. You were like 13. Right? You were like 13, 14? Yeah, I was
14? Like 13, 14, something like that. Yeah.
So we were in the house for a few more years. So he had to like completely cut all contact, and not just from them, which was the best thing he could have done, but from us as well. And so once that happened, I feel like I was telling Eddie that, my husband Eddie, I was telling him that like when Ryan moved out, it was almost like, how you have the abbreviations of like, BC and AD. That's what it felt like in our household. It was like such a shift. Like that was the pivotal moment in our family where everything changed. Like things were not good before then, but that was kind of a snapping point of being like, this is irreparable. This is like an irreparable situation that is going to change the dynamic of our family forever. And so I think that was something, which is something he had to do. Our parents just handled it so poorly, and they're the adults in the situation, and they did, like, it's bonkers. But that was the situation, I guess, the catalyst in our family that was like, oh, we can never go back from this, No. Like our relationship with our
I did it.
And then mic drop, and then Brady did the same thing when he turned 19.
Same damn thing.
I know. It's like it's like not the 27 club, but the 19 club when you just fucking say sayonara.
Peace. God.
I know, and I'm just stuck at home with a brown boyfriend. How do you think my parents dealt with that shit? And I'm the girl, and I'm the baby, and so it was fun.
Yeah. But hey, we made it out.
That was shit hitting the fan, I guess. That's what you were talking about. They cracked down on us because I feel like the more children that were in the house, the more the attention was spread out, I guess.
Right.
And then as we were dropping like flies to leave this terrible toxic household situation, it got smaller and smaller because the children number became smaller, and so more attention got put on me and you once our oldest brother moved out. Then you moved out, and then I was the last one left, and so there was lots of, I think there was so much fear of losing me after you and Ryan had moved out and kind of cut all contact as well. So it was this like crippling of, we can't lose her, so we really have to double down.
Yeah.
And so that was my life for a few years. But we did make it out.
We did make it out. Yeah, mine got dark in the point that I was made to feel that I was to blame at some aspects, and I know you kind of went through the same or something similar as well.
Blame for our oldest brother moving out?
Yeah.
Oh, it was
just the blame of like everything falling apart.
Oh yeah, it was lots of, he doesn't love you, and he doesn't love you enough to stay. He doesn't care about you enough to stay, like, or talk to you or whatever. Like, it was a lot of manipulation, and we're young, so it's just playing with our minds. So there was a lot of blame, and I think they saw, because you and our oldest brother were closer in age as well, and so I think they saw a lot of him in you, and so I think that dictated their treatment towards you as well. You know, does that make sense?
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely. I think honestly, the way I can describe it best is, for anyone listening, if you have not watched The Haunting of Hill House, or The Haunting at Hill House on Netflix, phenomenal show. I feel like with our sibling dynamic, that show does a really, really, really good job of depicting the trauma in a sense. The episode in particular where Luke, who is also the middle one, he is walking and counting, and because it was that safety net of whenever he was a kid, that hit me like a fucking cannon. Like, just because there's still echoes and remnants of like things and parts that we grew up with that still come back to me, and I'm like, we're not going there. We've already accepted it. We've already moved past this. We are not doing this again. We know what we went through was extremely fucked up, but we cannot delve in it because we are stronger now, and because we have grown, and because we are different individuals and are in different points in our lives as well. But just tying that back in, I think that show did a really, really good job from showing at least my perspective of kind of what we all went through.
Yeah, I know. I think that's a really great example. It's haunting, a haunting example of that. It's an incredible show.
But it's...
But, yeah, and I think it is important to, because I've struggled a lot with, because I feel like I have went at my own pace with this. And we could do like a part 2 of this as well, because there is a lot to unpack here. But I feel like
we don't even have to unpack everything. But
no, we'll sprinkle little bits of trauma in every episode. Don't you worry, folks. I promise you.
Keep it coming back for more.
Yeah, but that's what I love listening to. I want to hear the real shit. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've dealt with it just in my own way, because I feel like I was the only one out of the 3 of us that did not move out under those circumstances. Like, mine wasn't a complete cut off, never having, like, this relationship is ending right now. And so I just went at a slower pace, and I dealt with a lot of guilt as well when it came to my role in the family, because I felt like I was kind of the last one left. And so it was a lot of weight on my shoulders of being like, because it was told to me that I had so much to carry because I was the like my parents would tell me like, you're our only child now. Like it all depends on you. You're the only reason we're here. Like all this stuff. So it was very hard, and there were lots of threats made. And so it was a lot of guilt that I had to deal with for many, many years. And it took a long time, and it still is a struggle. And I think it's important too, to, when those things do hit you, those moments hit you of remembering things, or something comes out of you, or you say something that sounds kind of like something your parents would say, or how you don't want to be. I think it is important to take that and not just be like, oh, we're not going there. I think it's important to feel it and be like, we can go there, but just know that we are like, I'm not in that situation anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I am safe now. I am a different person, and this is a moment where I can break that generational curse, you know, as they say. Like, I can break that cycle, because that cycle's been embedded for generations in our family, of the way that kids are viewed, the way that the traditional family, you know, like just those irky things that just don't feel right. And your role, like you speak when you're spoken to, like you say you're sorry, like you don't deserve respect because you're the child. I'm the parent. You deserve to respect me, even though I don't respect you. So it's not fair. So I think it's just those moments of being like, nope, I'm actually not them. And I can use this moment to break, like bend that generational curse a little bit until it eventually breaks. And then we've come such a long way. We're siblings.
We really have. We're siblings. We're siblings.
Look at us.
I'll preface. I guess I should have said not, instead of not go there, not go back to that.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Back into that same like mindset, and that like catastrophic and God, what's the word I'm thinking of? Catastrophic and sabotage mindset.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. We could definitely do a part 2 on this. We've got. That'll come later. We'll sprinkle that in. It'll be part 2 to this. It'll be like, remember that time that we trauma dumped to you guys? We're back for more. Grab your popcorn.
That's the fun stuff, though.
Oh, I'll trauma dump all day. And the thing is, too, is like we're so separated from it now. Like, it's still there, and it has still formed us to who we are, which I think is kind of a beautiful thing, because I don't think I would be the kind of sister that I am. I don't think I would be the kind of wife or mom or friend that I am if some of those things did not happen to me, or I didn't experience some of those things. So I can take it and be like, I don't know who I would have turned into, and maybe I wouldn't like that person as much. You know, it could have been someone who lacks perspective, or someone that doesn't have, like, now I have like motivation to change and be better, and I might not have that if I didn't go through that as a child. So I think there are ways to, in a way, be grateful for it, because you can't change it. There's nothing you can do to change it or make it different. So you have to, instead of just sitting and dwelling on it, which I'm really good at because I'm a 4, so I just self-pity all day. Instead of doing that, to be like, no, I can be grateful for it, because it has taught me so much in who I am and who I want to be, and how I want to treat people, and how I deserve to be treated back. I think that's important too.
Absolutely. No, I've perfectly said.
Thank you.
I believe, had I not gone through like the trauma that we went through, I would not be as grateful for everything that I have now. I am so thankful for like where I'm at, the people that I have, the love that I have and give in return. Like, I think that having that perspective just come full circle of like, the kid who is going through all of that and just wanted like friends, and just wanted to make a difference, and just wanted to like be a solace for as many people as possible. Like, he grew up and he got to do that. So that's forever. But now you're doing it on your terms. You're not being told that you have to do that for the benefit of your other people. So I think that's the beauty of it, is you are who you are. And it's such a
like you said, a solace. You are like a safe place for so many people, but you're that on your own terms. And it's not like you're getting nothing out of it, because growing up, you were always that person, but you got nothing out of it. You just got told, be better, do this better. Where now you are getting those relationships that are giving back to you. And it's a cool thing, you know?
I'm eternally grateful. I'm so grateful.
God, we're cheesy today.
We're such cheesy corn dogs. God.
I know, what happened?
Oh,
I thought we were just going to be talking about the Enneagram test. What the fuck? So cheesy.
I love this. This
has been good. Yeah, this has been good. Well,
absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you to everyone for literally just listening to us fucking trauma dump for the last hour. I feel better. I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
I feel great. I'm going to go eat a Cliff Bar after this, and it's going to be awesome. No, wait. Are you pulling out a promotion? You have Cliff? Oh, you got the big pack.
I got the Costco pack.
Yeah, you got your tax return, so that's why you got that Costco pack.
I did get my tax return. I did. But
we are still waiting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, we have children, and the additional tax credit takes longer. It's this weird process. I don't know. It's dumb. We should be getting ours within the next 2 weeks. We have a date, but whatever.
Okay, good.
And then I'll buy the multi-pack of Cliff Bars once my tax credit comes in. That's how we splurge. I know. I'm going to get sparkling water and Cliff Bars. It's going to be great.
Hey, if it makes you happy, fucking do it.
Romanticize that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Pour it in a nice mason jar. Like, put your Cliff Bar on a plate. Like, romanticize
I thought you meant put your Cliff Bar in the mason jar.
If you want... Do what you want to do. There are no rules.
Dip it in.
Dip it in. It's a Tuesday night and you're feeling froggy. Like, do it.
Oh my God. Anywho. Oh, thank y'all for hopping on. I think we're still on track for the weekly episodes.
Yeah.
Faith, what are you excited about coming up?
I hate this question.
I love this question.
I hate this question. Like I said, I don't have too much going on. Yeah, I'm excited to keep chugging. I got a tea kettle a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to use that tea kettle.
Fuck yeah.
Because we've just been like boiling our water on the stove, like pilgrims, and so we'll make tea. And we'll just boil our water on the stove, and then just pour it in, and then it like spills everywhere because like our pots like doesn't work, and so it just spills all over the place, and we're like, shit, my tea is ruined now.
I still use a pot. I still use the stove.
You don't have a tea kettle?
I am Pilgrim.
You are Pilgrim. You are Pilgrim. Look at that hair. You are Pilgrim. But you don't drink tea that often. Like, we drink tea like
I need to drink tea.
We drink tea like multiple. My husband is obsessed with tea, and so he drinks like probably 5 cups of tea a day, like different types of tea a day. And I drink maybe like 3 cups of tea a day. So we got that shit on ready. So imagine how much spillage is going on out of our stupid pot on the stove. So we have a tea kettle now. And now I can make tea, and it's clean, and it's aesthetic, and I can romanticize it.
As you should. As you should. Nice.
What are you excited about this week?
Ooh. I'm really, really excited to sleep good. My next day off. I'm really excited about that. It's just been a busy week, and it's been a great week. It's just been a really busy week. I'm also excited for Eddie to come down.
My husband is visiting you in a couple weeks, and that'll be fun.
I'm excited
and I'll
to
be
him.
Drinking tea at home.
From your kettle.
From my kettle, while you guys are throwing back shots, having a great time.
Probably.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. You guys will have a blast. I'm excited too. You're gonna have to show them cool spots and go out and paint the town red. You know.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what you do in Texas, okay? Whatever you do.
See that you need to come down and stay for yourself.
I will eventually. We'll get there. One of us at a time. Stop being greedy, okay? You get Eddie
That's fair.
first, and then I'll show up later.
That's fair.
But thank you, everyone who's listened to another episode of us just fucking blab about life.
Yeah. Appreciate you being on. Next episode will be out soon, and stay. We have socials now.
We do have
We
socials
need to
now.
plug our
and
socials.
We have socials now, so they
We
will
have
be
socials
linked.
now.
Yep, they will be linked where you can find us. We'll be on Spotify. You have the video format on YouTube, so you get to see us making faces at each other because everything Brady says makes me roll my eyes, and so you can see it in real time. And
And
we'll
you can
have
see all my hand movements.
Oh my god, like swatting flies over here.
I've knocked my headphone cord like 4 times already.
Oh, I'm sure. You got the character. You got the character. You're a 2. What can we say? But yeah, we have all of our socials linked below, so you can keep up with us. We're still doing weekly updates and we're doing weekly episodes, and we're gonna keep it chugging. We're still having fun. I'm still having fun. Are you still having? Are you still having fun?
I'm having a lot of fun. Anywho, thank you all so much. We will talk to you soon. This is Let Me Nostalgia, and hope y'all have a great week.
We will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
And Brady has a tendency.
I quit my job for this.
Let Me Nostalgia podcast.